Every year, millions of people set goals. They write them down, speak them out loud, even visualize success in their minds. Yet when the year ends, nothing has changed. The weight they wanted to lose, still there. The money they wanted to save, still struggling. The life they dreamed of, still out of reach. Why? Because most people don't fail due to a lack of desire. They fail because they don't have the right systems in place. Wanting something doesn't make it happen. Wishing for a better life doesn't rewrite your future. If it did, everyone would be successful. The truth is, people repeat the same mistakes year after year, not because they're lazy or incapable, but because they rely on short bursts of motivation instead of long-term strategy. They treat change like an event, when in reality it's a process. Think about it. If you don't change the way you operate, your results will never change. The way you think, the way you act, the way you spend your time. If those patterns stay the same, your life will stay the same. You can't outrun a broken system. So before you set another goal or make another resolution, ask yourself this: are you finally ready to change the way you approach success? Because if you don't change your systems, you will keep getting the same results. Most people don't realize they're trapped. They assume they're just taking their time or waiting for the right moment. But in reality, they're stuck in invisible chains made of fear, doubt, and the false comfort of routine. Comfort is dangerous. It feels good in the moment, but it's the enemy of progress. It keeps you stuck in a job you hate, in relationships that drain you, and in a mindset that tells you this is just how life is. And then there's fear, the fear of failing, the fear of looking stupid, the fear of stepping into something unfamiliar. This fear is so powerful that people would rather stay in a life they dislike than take the risk of creating a better one. Think about how many opportunities you've let pass because of doubt. How many times have you said, "I'll start next week," only for next week to turn into next year? That's not bad luck. That's fear in action. And the only way to break free is to recognize it for what it is, a lie that's keeping you from your potential. The moment you stop waiting for permission, stop waiting for the right time, and start acting despite fear, that's the moment your life changes. The biggest lie people tell themselves is things will get better on their own. No, they won't. A new year doesn't mean a new you. A fresh start doesn't mean automatic progress. The only way 2025 will be different is if you make it different. That means no more waiting for motivation, no more blaming circumstances, no more hoping for change while doing the same things that have kept you stuck. You have two choices. You can keep drifting through life reacting to whatever happens, or you can step up and take control. Every action you take is either pushing you forward or keeping you stuck. You are either designing your future or defaulting to a life you don't want. There is no in between. So let this be the moment where you decide, really decide, that you're done with the old way of thinking. No more excuses, no more hesitation. The power to change is in your hands. This isn't just about 2025. This is about creating a version of yourself that refuses to live the same story over and over again. There are 5 key moves that separate those who succeed from those who stay stuck. 5 simple but powerful shifts that will not only change your year, but change your entire life. If you're serious about breaking free from the cycles that have held you back, then listen closely, because what you're about to hear isn't theory, it's what real achievers do. This isn't just about a new year. It's about a new you. Let me tell you something crucial. How you start your day determines how you live your life. You've heard it before, but have you really understood it? And the first hour after you wake up is the foundation of everything that comes after. It sets the tone, the energy, and the focus for the rest of the day. If you spend that hour scrolling through social media, checking your emails, or snoozing your alarm 5 times, you've already sabotaged your potential for the rest of the day. Every successful person knows this truth. They've mastered their mornings because they know that the way you start your day shapes everything that follows. The key isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter. And the smartest way to work is to start your day with purpose. Think about it. How many successful people do you know who wake up and just wing it? None. They start the day with intention. They don't let distractions steal their focus. They own their mornings, and in doing so, they own their lives. So ask yourself, what kind of morning are you creating for yourself? Does it reflect the success you want to achieve? If not, it's time to change that. Now, let's talk about the mistakes most people make every morning without even realizing it. The most dangerous part? They're so ingrained in our routines that we think they're harmless, but they're not. They're silently wrecking your potential. First up, hitting snooze. It feels good in the moment, right? That extra 5 minutes of sleep feels like a reward, but it's not. It's a setback. That 5 minutes is the difference between taking control of your day or letting your day control you. When you hit snooze, you're telling yourself that the day doesn't matter. You're telling your mind, I don't need to be productive right now. Next, checking social media. You wake up and immediately grab your phone. Why? To check messages? To see what's happening in the world? If that's your first action of the day, you're already losing the mental battle. You've allowed someone else's agenda to dictate your focus before you've even had a chance to think for yourself. And then there's the rush. Most people jump out of bed, start running through their to-do lists, and barely take a breath before they're off to the races. This constant rush creates stress, lowers your energy, and leaves you feeling scattered. You don't start your day grounded, focused, and in control. You start it frantic and reactive. These mistakes are not minor. They're costing you your potential. They keep you stuck in the same cycles. If you want to break free, it's time to stop letting your mornings be ruled by distractions. Here's the truth. If you want to achieve at a high level, your mornings have to be non-negotiable. High achievers know this, and they've built morning routines that set them up for success. So what does their routine look like? Wake up early, own your time before the world demands it. The first thing successful people do is take ownership of their time. They wake up before the world starts making demands. When you wake up early, you get to control the first moments of your day. You decide how you want to start, not the chaos of the world. Move your body. Physical energy fuels mental clarity. Next, they move their bodies. Whether it's a workout, a stretch, or a walk, getting your body moving helps release endorphins, clears your mind, and sets you up with the energy needed to tackle the day. Physical energy equals mental clarity. Feed your mind. Consume knowledge before distractions take over. Then they feed their minds. This could be reading, listening to a podcast, or journaling. The key is to consume positive, educational content that aligns with your goals. The first thing you do with your mind sets the tone for the rest of the day. This simple morning routine doesn't take hours, but it does take commitment. It's about putting yourself first before the emails, the meetings, and the distractions. When you start your day with intention, everything else falls into place. Want proof that this works? Look at the top performers in the world. Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Tim Cook. They all have structured mornings that set them apart from the rest. Elon Musk wakes up at 7 a.m., starts his day with emails, and tackles his most difficult problems first thing. Oprah wakes up at 6 a.m., meditates, and spends time on herself before diving into the day. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, wakes up at 3:45 a.m. to exercise and set his intentions for the day. These high achievers know the value of a powerful morning routine. They understand that winning the day starts before the world wakes up. Now ask yourself, are you willing to do what successful people do? Are you willing to take control of your mornings and set yourself up for success? Or will you continue to let your habits sabotage your potential? The choice is yours. Let me tell you something you might not want to hear. Your mindset is controlling your life. Every decision you make, every action you take starts with the way you think. Your beliefs are either building your future or destroying it. And most people don't realize that the biggest roadblock between them and success is not external circumstances, but their own mental programming. Think about it. Your subconscious mind has been shaped by years of conditioning, by your childhood, by society, by past experiences. Whether you know it or not, these beliefs are dictating how you show up in the world. If you believe that money is hard to come by, guess what? You'll always struggle to make it. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll find ways to reinforce that belief. But here's the thing. You don't have to stay stuck in that mindset. You can reprogram it. You can change the way you think. But first, you have to recognize the role your mindset plays in shaping your life. You want to change your results? Change your thinking. Most people don't even realize the beliefs that are secretly sabotaging their success. These beliefs are like invisible chains, holding you back without you even knowing it. Do you ever catch yourself saying things like, I'm not good enough, or I'll never be successful? That's not just negative self-talk. That's your belief system in action. It's time to face the truth. You are what you believe. If you keep telling yourself you're not worthy of success, you will stay stuck in mediocrity. If you keep telling yourself that you don't have what it takes, you will never take the actions required to succeed. These limiting beliefs are so deeply ingrained that you might not even realize you have them. They were likely planted in your mind when you were young, reinforced by society, or shaped by past failures. But none of that matters now. What matters is recognizing those beliefs for what they are: lies designed to keep you small. Now, ask yourself, what limiting beliefs have been holding you back? And what would happen if you decided to let go of them? It's time for a mental reset. The good news is that you can rewire your brain. You can change the way you think, but it's not going to happen by accident. It requires intentional effort. Here's how you can start. Identify and challenge negative thoughts. The first step is awareness. Start paying attention to your thoughts. When a negative belief pops up, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this belief? Replace negativity with power statements. Once you've identified your negative thoughts, it's time to replace them with empowering beliefs. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I am more than capable of achieving my goals. Start affirming your success every single day. Change your environment. You are the sum of the people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by negativity, it's time to make a change. Start surrounding yourself with high achievers, people who inspire you, challenge you, and believe in your potential. This isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about creating new neural pathways that lead you to success. Every time you challenge a limiting belief, you're rewiring your brain. The brain is like software. It can be rewritten. This is where neuroplasticity comes in. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Essentially, the brain can rewire itself based on the experiences, thoughts, and behaviors we engage in. Think of it like updating the software on your phone. You're upgrading your brain's operating system to one that supports your success. Every time you replace a negative thought with a positive one, you're strengthening new neural pathways that support your growth. Over time, these new thought patterns will become automatic, and success will start to feel easier. So, here's your challenge. Write down one limiting belief you've been holding on to. Then, replace it with a power statement. Say it out loud, say it every day. As you do this, you'll begin to reprogram your mind and unlock your true potential. Let me break it to you straight. Motivation is overrated. It's a mood, a fleeting burst of energy that comes and goes. You can't rely on motivation to build your future. Real success isn't about waiting for inspiration to strike. It's about discipline. The decision to show up and do the work even when you don't feel like it. Think about it. How many times have you been motivated to work out, eat right, or start a new project only to lose that motivation after a few days? That's because motivation is not sustainable. It's temporary. What gets you through the grind, what gets you to the finish line, is discipline. Motivation is an emotional push, but discipline is the muscle that carries you forward when motivation fades away. The most successful people don't rely on motivation. They rely on the habit of showing up and doing what needs to be done, no matter how they feel. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop depending on motivation and start relying on discipline? Are you willing to push through even when it feels hard? Elite performers don't do anything extraordinary. They do the ordinary things consistently. It's not about one big moment of brilliance. It's about the small, deliberate actions taken every single day. The daily habits are what create success, and those habits are what separate the elite from the average. Look at anyone who's successful. The top athletes, the business moguls, the leaders in any field, they all have one thing in common: consistency. They don't rely on bursts of energy or willpower. They've built a routine that ensures they're always moving forward. It's the small things done consistently that add up to massive results. Whether it's waking up early, sticking to a workout plan, or dedicating time to personal growth, these habits are the foundation of success. If you want to join the ranks of the elite, it's time to stop waiting for the right moment. Start building those daily habits that will carry you to the top. Let me introduce you to a game-changing tool, the 5-second rule. It's simple, but it's powerful. When you hesitate, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then move. It's that simple. This technique overrides your brain's natural tendency to hesitate or procrastinate. It forces you to take immediate action before your doubts and excuses have a chance to take over. Think about how many opportunities you've missed because you hesitated. How many times have you thought about doing something, but then overanalyzed it and talked yourself out of it? Hesitation is the killer of momentum. But with the 5-second rule, hesitation is gone. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to act. So the next time you feel that hesitation creeping in, count down and take action. Don't wait, don't overthink, just do it. Discipline isn't about willpower, it's about structure. You can't rely on motivation to build discipline. You have to design your life to support it. Here's your blueprint for building unshakable discipline. Set clear non-negotiables. There are certain things you must do every day, no matter what. Whether it's a workout, a work task, or a personal development activity, make it a non-negotiable. If it's not negotiable, it gets done. No excuses. Track your progress. What gets measured gets improved. Whether it's tracking your habits, your productivity, or your health, tracking ensures you stay accountable and makes it easier to see progress. Remove temptations. Discipline requires you to remove distractions. If your environment is full of temptations, you'll never be able to focus on your goals. Set yourself up for success by removing distractions and designing an environment that makes success inevitable. Discipline is a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it becomes. It's not about waiting for motivation or willpower. It's about structuring your life in a way that success becomes the only option. Listen closely. Most people stay stuck because they're addicted to planning mode. They think that if they just plan a little more, prepare a little longer, or gather more information, then they'll be ready to take action. But here's the harsh truth. You don't need another book, another seminar, or a perfect plan. You need action. People get lost in preparation, hoping that the perfect moment will come, but that moment never arrives. Perfect conditions don't exist. Waiting for everything to align is a guaranteed way to stay stuck forever. Stop overthinking. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Real change happens when you stop planning and start doing. Success isn't about the perfect plan. It's about taking action, even if it's messy, even if you don't have all the answers. So, what's holding you back from acting right now? You've already waited long enough. Start now. Here's a simple rule that can change everything for you, the 3-second rule. When you're faced with a decision or an opportunity, don't hesitate. Count to 3, 5, 4, 3, and then take action. Don't think about it, don't analyze it, just do it. This rule cuts through the paralysis of overthinking and forces you into immediate action. The longer you wait, the more your brain will talk you out of it, so you have to act quickly before doubt has a chance to creep in. When you hesitate, you lose momentum. But when you take action, you create momentum. The more you act, the more clarity you'll gain. So stop thinking about it and start doing. Success isn't about one huge, life-changing decision. It's about the small steps you take consistently. When you take action, no matter how small, you create momentum. The more you act, the easier it becomes to keep going. This is the key to success. Start messy, start imperfect, but start. Most people get caught in the trap of perfectionism. They think they need to have everything figured out before they begin, but that's a lie. In reality, it's the people who take action first and adjust along the way who succeed. The smallest steps create the biggest wins. Whether it's sending that email, making that call, or completing that task, you don't need to wait for everything to be perfect. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Speed beats precision in the real world. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take the first step, even if it's messy. The journey to success starts with action. Want real proof that taking action is the key to success? Look at the most successful people in the world. Entrepreneurs like Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, and Elon Musk didn't wait for perfect conditions to start their companies. They jumped in, took risks, and adjusted as they went. And it wasn't just in business. Think of athletes like Michael Jordan, who didn't wait for perfect practice to be successful. He just practiced hard and often until he became the best. Success leaves clues. The people who succeed don't wait. They move fast, they make decisions, and they take action. So ask yourself, are you going to wait for everything to be perfect, or are you going to act even if it's messy? Because the first move is the most important. Success isn't about quick wins or instant gratification. It's about the long game. The biggest mistake people make is treating success like a short-term goal. They think it's something they'll achieve in a year or maybe even a few months. But the truth is, success is a lifetime commitment. Look at the most successful people in the world. They didn't get there overnight. They didn't achieve their dreams in a few weeks or months. They committed to the journey, no matter how long it took. The mindset you need to adopt. Success isn't something you arrive at one day. It's something you build day by day, year by year. The 1% rule tells us that tiny improvements made consistently create unstoppable momentum over time. Don't focus on the destination. Focus on the process. Focus on improving by just 1% each day. Those small gains add up, and over time they compound into massive success. The question isn't how fast can I get there, it's am I committed to the journey no matter how long it takes. Here's a brutal truth. Most people give up just before they win. They work hard for months, sometimes years, and then hit a setback or plateau, and that's when they quit. They don't realize that they were moments away from their breakthrough. Success is not a straight path. It's filled with obstacles, failures, and times when you feel like giving up. But the people who succeed are the ones who keep going. They don't quit when it gets hard. They keep pushing through because they know that breakthrough is just around the corner. If you quit now, you'll never know how close you were to achieving your goals. But if you stay relentless, if you keep pushing forward, you'll eventually reach that breakthrough. So don't stop when it gets tough. Don't stop when you feel like giving up. Stay relentless, because success is often just one more step away from where you are right now. Staying relentless requires a mindset shift. You have to stop seeing failure as a setback and start seeing it as a lesson. The most successful people don't try to succeed. They are committed to it. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They make the decision to push forward no matter how hard it gets. Here are 3 rules to stay relentless even when it feels like everything is working against you. Find your why. When the purpose is strong enough, the struggle becomes weak. Your why is the reason you keep going when everything else seems impossible. Get clear on why you're doing this and use that as your driving force. Learn from failure. Failure isn't the end, it's just a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Learn from your mistakes, adjust, and keep going. Never settle. Complacency is the enemy of growth. Once you achieve a goal, don't stop. Set your sights on the next challenge and keep pushing forward. Never settle for good enough. This is the mindset of the relentless. They never stop, they never settle, and they keep going until they achieve everything they set out to do. Success is like climbing a mountain. It's hard, it's exhausting, and most people give up before they reach the top. But when you reach that peak, the view is worth every step, every struggle, and every setback. So here's the final challenge. Commit to the long game. Commit to the process. Commit to the relentless pursuit of your goals. Don't let distractions, failures, or setbacks stop you. Keep climbing, keep improving, and keep going. The view from the top is waiting for you. You have the power to achieve everything you've ever dreamed of, but it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to happen overnight. It will take time, effort, and relentless determination. So make the decision today. Never look back. Keep moving forward, and remember that success is not a sprint, it's a lifetime commitment.